Very good evening, dear viewers. Welcome back to the live stream of the ongoing ATA Uganda Super 8 Woman competition that is happening now, Monday the 6th of October 2025, all the way up to Wednesday the 10th. So Wednesday the 8th of the same match. These two players are two of those that did win their matches in the first round, which is effectively the winners bracket. That is Rokia Naiga on the table right now. She is taking on Amina Faith Nganda, her very good friend, also her captain at club and national level. The race is 7 in not more than 70 minutes. Here once again at Adi Sport in Kampala, where fans have access into the venue to watch this action with their naked eyes. But for many of you who are far away, keep yourself locked. You are going to be watching it all the way up to the last frame. There is also a men's comp using the same exact format that will be starting tomorrow, but today it is a ladies' day out. Frame number 1 is now on the verge of being won by Rukia. He is just about to punish Faith for one offense, simply failing to pot the black, and in the resulting visit of the table, Rukia has cleared all of her reds now on the black. Though the cue ball is frozen against the cushion, it will clearly not be an issue for the lady that now leads by 1 frame to nil. I mean, Faith doesn't believe her misfortune, most especially after going all out in terms of attack, then being punished for simply one miss. That is of the black. Rukia 1 and Amina 0. Race to 7 in not more than 70 minutes. The other match that is coming up in the winners bracket will be between Zaimat, who did win by walkover countdown against Rita. She's to take on Rashida. Then there will be 3 players in the losers bracket. That is Anka Sheila, who lost to Rashida. There's also Julie and Jacinta. But that side of the draw, Jacinta has defeated Julie, who now becomes the first player to exit the competition entirely. Whoever loses this match shall have to face perhaps Jacinta. And then the winner does await the loser of the first live final, simply to try and qualify for the grand final. Those matches shall be happening on Wednesday. We're playing international 8 ball rules. That's why you see that when black is sunk on the break, when there is a void break, if no other balls are put in the break, the incoming player plays with the balls remaining in their original position. If there are other balls that are put in the break alongside the black, then the incoming player does have the cue ball in hand and will be at liberty to place it anywhere alongside the bed of the table. The lady on the table does lead by 1 frame to nil against one of her best friends. But for most of these players, even when there is a lot of friendship, like the case is between these two, sometimes competition does come in. And all that will matter in this one is for either of them to try and beat the other. Faith is captain of the two-time league-winning team, that is Mukono Pool Club, also captain of the Uganda national team. She seems to be, perhaps, will I say lucky? She's a lucky leader. For whatever reason, what she touches as a leader just turns into gold. Her club Mukono did win the league back-to-back, last 2 times the league that has been held on an annual basis as well. She has won, I think, 3 consecutive events of the Uganda national pool team, that is the All Africa Pool Championships in 2019 as well as 2022. In between those years, there was COVID, and so those events were back-to-back. 2023, the team didn't participate because of delayed visas. They however participated in the Holy Cup Championships and defeated the South African team in the final. Again, Faith lifting the trophy. And for all of those trophies she's been lifting at club and international team level, her opponent Rukia has been part of her team. Rukia has a chance to win a second. The one impactful time that Rukia has been defeated by Faith was in the second round of the car competition, Uganda's Nile Special National Open Pool Championship. Victory went to Faith. Rukia took it a little bit personal. That is the nature of the sport these people are playing. On table, things can be a little bit fiery and emotional. Your opponent becomes a temporary big rival. A maximum of 30 seconds is the amount of time these two players do have to take each shot, and with 15 minutes left on the clock, the amount of time in between shots is lessened to 20 seconds. And the idea is that Ultimate Pool simply encourages player to attack and with speed. I just have a feeling the speed with which the ultimate rules are supposed to be implemented of the two players could be affecting Faith, not because she cannot play fast on her day. As of late, she has not yet gotten full recovery from a motorbike accident which she got earlier this year. Must have been on the 3rd of April earlier this year. She fractured her leg. After some good number of weeks, she was working on crutches, and nowadays she's back to her feet, but perhaps 90% recovered, not exactly 100% in terms of recovery. She has missed her yellow entirely. That's why Rukia does have opportunity to place the cue ball anywhere along the bed of the table. She's deciding to place it in that position, which if she puts to the center pocket on the left, cue ball will be nurtured with top spin for the second red to the corner pocket bottom left, which she will now be putting, I believe, just spinning the cue ball slightly backwards, but ensuring that she's on target of the cushion. Cue ball moves so close as can be. A red, which she'll be rolling by rail drive to the same corner pocket. She'll want to put the second red. Of course, the cue ball has to be played with bouncing effect off the cushion at the bottom. Just like that, white is natural for the last red. I mean, knows that this frame is going away from her. Two top-class players sorting each other out. And Rukia now has a chance to win her second frame of the match out of 2. Starting to run away with this one. There she aims and shoots and puts. Rukia 2 and Faith 0. And the split of the balls is perhaps in favor of the breaking player. In this case, Faith, I want to believe that she will want to go for the yellows. Deciding to go for the reds, that is some kind of suspect decision. There is a dead red that is right in front of yellow. Now the cushion at the bottom right. As she goes for the frame, that ball could come up to hump in her. She's disappointed in herself. Okay, the face says it all. One of those shots that she's missed clumsily. She's been a quality player. For now, coming to 10 years, making a mark for herself for the first time in her career in 2016, winning the Christmas Cup Championship of the Pool Association of Uganda. In between that comp and the one that she won last, she has won a few dozens when you are rating both official and non-official comps in Uganda, in Zambia, in South Africa. She has also gotten to win a medal in Mauritius at the Commonwealth Billiards Championships, coming third in the ladies table category. She's never gotten herself out of the continent. You never know what the future gets to hold. But in just about 7 days, I think she will be south of the continent in South Africa, in Mpumalanga, to represent Uganda at the African Ultimate Pool Championships. By the way, the tournament is expected to have Tanzania in, represented by Q Masters, Zambia, of course Uganda, the host South Africa represented with a few countries, Kenya being represented by China, yet to confirm, but as well as Namibia. The lady who is leading by 2 frames to nil, who is turning herself into a big favorite for the victory, and is in the verge of what is a like now win for yet another frame. Could get herself snookered, and yes, she is snookered. That one can quite easily be the turning point of this match. She needs to recover. Should she foul by missing the black, then Faith will have the benefit of having a cue ball in hand, while a loss of turn it will be for Rukia. For Faith, an opportunity. You can see all of the 5 of her reds are positioned quite well. If you gave her the cue ball in hand, I think she will be poised for a clearance, but not yet, because it is Rukia's turn, wanting to find black off the cushion. Finds it, almost got it sunk. That one would have been something for the highlights, but now it is Faith's turn to show us exactly who she's made of. 51 minutes to go. The next match coming, I think, should be Zaimat against Rashida. That one will go down as a careless miss from Faith. Maybe even the choice of shot was suspect. She should have gone for something more safe. A ball which, if she had missed, would not let her give the cue ball away as a cheap gift for Rukia. She will not mind. She'll want to have the black cut right against the edge of the cushion, and there she as well misses. And I know that this time around Faith may want to play safety either now or pot a ball and then play safe. Not the frame you want to be playing, most especially when you have 2 frames to nail down, most especially when your opponent has black packed, occupying a full corner pocket bottom right, and all of your reds, 4 of them behind the black. Faith will probably want to put the red, which is rightwards to the center pocket on the right. The clock is ticking. She has asked for extension, which has now been granted by umpire Farida. And time is still running out. The extension is not more than 10 seconds. She plays with speed and pots black prematurely and loses the frame. Ultimate pool rules taking their effect. Amina 0 and Rukia 3. It's 47 minutes that these 2 players have, the amount of time that Faith needs to win 7 frames or have the lead. Also the amount of time that Rukia needs to win 4 more before Faith can win 7. Better still, maintain the lead at the elapse of that amount of time. I just have it in mind that if it gets to 15 minutes to go, which is just over 30 minutes from now, with Faith not leading, she will be fighting a losing battle. Clearly, Rukia is the faster player. When there is a foul, for as long as the player did play their own color first, they are only punished by loss of turn. I like to call it a technical foul. Most of the time the players do it with intention. Sometimes your opponent fouls, as long as it's not a standard foul, as long as you cannot lift the cue ball, it may not be that beneficial to yourself. What is beneficial to herself is Rukia's current scoreline, leading by 3 frames to nil. In this time tournament, as a player, you really need it to be the one that is in the lead. For the winner, I want to believe that this one will be their last match of the day. And then the loser will have to drop to the losers bracket, where they will be awaited for by Jacinta, who is still surviving that side. Also, the loser of the next match that is coming up between Rashida and Zaimat. We are at Adi's Sport in Kampala, playing on a world-class table, an original blackboard table, the same exact tables on which the European Ultimate Pool Championships are played, the World Blackboard Championships, tournaments of the like, after being imported into the country by the ATA. You can have yourself a pool table of your own for as long as you can part with $3,000 wherever you are on the African continent. That table can reach you. Starting to be doubted if Faith can reach Rukia's current scores. There is a foul. No ball has reached the cushion. The cue ball is in hand in this case, being given to Faith. The fact that it is a standard foul, she can put it anywhere on the bed of the table. She looks like contemplating having a cut over the red, playing it against the rail, having to play the white ball into the yellows to split the second red apart. If she can get to pot, she could get herself in business. She's played exactly to that effect. Miss the shot, cue ball bouncing off the cushion and coming up to pot, and yet the pot was not effected the same way she wanted it done. That's why she's not happy with herself, given the cue ball's position in relation to the last red, which is pretty much a dead ball. She may want to play it just in space, perhaps not in space enough. That one should be advantage Rukia. Thank you for watching, Dr. Tim. You say Faith is good at reading, but she has to work on her potting power. Alright, Dennis Talley, you say Rukia is your favorite player in the ladies category. You are thanking me for the work also. Right? Thank you for the appreciation. Henry Kasasa appreciating the queuing of you. Say Rashida. It's not Rashida. Rashida is Rukia's younger sister, the one who played against Sheila in the best match we have gotten on the day so far. There were so many single visit variances from both players in the match that Rashida won by 7 frames to 5. Abias Mahomaza, also thank you for watching and supporting Amina. As Rukia again misses, no better chance for Amina to pull one back, make it realistic that she could come back against Rukia. She doesn't have to waste too much time. The rules give players very little time thinking out between shots. Sometimes you hear the beep of the stop clock. Yes, sometimes it comes when the shot has already been taken, so in that case that beep is inconsequential. Otherwise, 30 seconds per shot, only 30. First time that I'm involving myself in a combo of ladies playing 30 seconds per shot. In the end of the day, the game becomes interesting. Faith is playing level today is not interesting. Whatever miss she does commit will extend Rukia's advantage even further. With a cue ball in hand, she will want to play the pretty much dead yellow by rail drive to the corner pocket bottom right, where Faith has her red for Rukia, either to pot, or if she fails, at least leaves her yellow occupying the corner pocket. She does pot, and I think Faith knows that Rukia is pretty much assured, I'm using the word assured, of winning a 4th frame all in a row. Now wanting to pot yellow to the corner pocket bottom right, cue ball bouncing off the cushion on the right, perhaps another cushion on the left. The idea is to move the cue ball towards now the right end of the table where the 2 yellows are, also with the effect that she would have denied Faith white for the red if she had missed the pot. But this is where I say that the rest is a formality. Not only because the frame looks easy to finish, but also because the player trying to finish it is a top quality player. Playing cue ball with the top spin off the cushion with a lot of English on the cue ball to avoid its big bottomward movement. I believe she will be potting black with a sharp cut to the center pocket bottom for her to establish a 4 frame lead. There she goes. There she aims, there she shoots, there she pots. Rukia 4 and Amina 0. First time out of the match for 3 minutes as requested by Amina. Welcome to the stream from wherever you're watching. Just in case you're just joining in, this match is left with just under 30 minutes to determine a winner between Amina Faith Nganda. For distinction, she's wearing skirt, while Rukia Nega wearing trousers in the ATA Uganda Super 8 woman competition here at Addis Sport in Kampala. There will be cash prizes for the top 4 out of 8 this coming Wednesday, in just exactly 2 days from now. This match does have Rukia lead by 4 frames to 1, racing to 7. And the job for Faith is to win 3 frames, maybe and the 4th in the amount of time left. That is becoming a nick, because Rukia shows no signs of giving up, even when it means utilizing skill, where she has to put red off yellow. Perhaps yellow off red. And the yellow ball that is closest to the cue ball is perhaps so close. Playing it will be kind of risky. That's why she's playing another instead. With the clock ticking against her, she shoots and shoots sharp. Amount of time to take each shot is 30 seconds. That's why with 5 seconds left, you see the ticking clock. Amina can only wait and pray that something goes wrong with Rukia's attacking pattern. Rukia will not mind. Now wanting to cut the penultimate yellow to the corner pocket top left, cue ball house bounce off 2 cushions at the top and right, and then move bottomwards the whole length of the table just like that. Hopefully she does avoid contact with red. It is what hampered her. She really needed to let her cue ball glide smoothly without any contact with red. She had the power balance but lacked the direction, and she knows it. She needs something to recover. Now deciding to play the yellow off the cushion, wanting it to pot or set it at the corner pocket now top left. The shot hasn't been that effective. Faith will be thinking and inspecting while knowing that the clock is ticking against her. Chambade Robin is asking if there is a scenario where a player can have 2 visits on the table. In international rules, there is none. In a non-standard foul, when there is a foul, the incoming player, actually it is only called a loss of turn, the incoming player plays 1 shot and from the cue ball in its original position. Where it is a standard foul, for instance playing a shot where no ball reaches the cushion and also not pocketing, or things like having the cue ball jump off the table or playing the opponent's ball first. In such kind of standard fouls, the incoming player does have the cue ball in hand, can place it anywhere on the table like you can see Amina doing now, but not with 2 visits. She has 1. That's why she played backspin with intention to have the cue ball bounce off the cushion, be played into the braids and split them open. She came short in terms of execution. Can recover perhaps by playing at the center pocket bottom 1 red into the other. She's now deciding to play the rightwards red of the 4 on table because of the little amount of time she had to execute the shot. She has missed. And Rukia has full sight of her 1 and only remaining yellow on the table. A shot that won't be played with ease because the cue ball has to be played the whole length of the table, perhaps whole length, to find the yellow, but also put it now to the corner pocket bottom right. She got it all wrong, not anywhere close to potting, and has played high yellow dead behind black. You will now look at this frame and think that perhaps Amina is better poised to try and win. Some smart game reading. Playing 1 red and the white ball into another, potting at the center pocket. She can now play this frame with some kind of comfort and ease, knowing that whether or not she pots all her reds, it will be unlikely that her opponent will pot the yellow because of its distance compared to the black. Chambade Robin asking if I see Ugandan players edging South Africans in this discipline. Well, I cannot say much. International 8-ball rules are being played in Uganda for only the first time. Perhaps this one is the 3rd comp in which we are having these rules. Maybe let's wait and see how they will perform against South Africans in South Africa starting next Monday, as well as the ultimate pool trip comes through. Faith's defensive game is now coming through. Rukia must find a way. Finding the yellow off the cushion, even after finding yellow, it has to find another cushion. In the end, it is a foul. I also want to believe she may again want to play not to pot and have the cue ball bounce off the top cushion and move at a position right behind the black, just like that. Now daring Rukia to simply play her yellow away from the side of the black. Of course, the yellow is pretty much potting the movement of the black to that same corner pocket. Bottom left, Rukia will not want to play the yellow ball so far away. Just like that, it is a foul. Faith will go defensive again. Rukia will sip her water simply to cool off some of the pressure. She's now deciding to play the cue ball at the top end of the table. Came a little bit fortunate, could easily have sunk it. Actually, perhaps her intention was to play the cue ball into the black, split it open, and then go for the frame once and for all. But I think she'll be playing one more safety shot, just one more. Just one more. That is the once more. And Faith will be hoping that the next shot Rukia will be taking will be her very last in the ongoing frame. 21 minutes plus some change left on the clock. And maybe after the next frame, and then we shall be having 20 seconds per shot, courtesy of what will be around 15 minutes left on the clock. Looks like a foul, this one. By the way, it is tricky. Even when Rukia fouls, Faith will not be playing into the position of the black and yellow. She knows that potting gives her even a less chance of winning the frame, so she won't pot again. She's expecting that Rukia doesn't miss the yellow, but plays into it, or perhaps plays into the black to split the frame open with black in space. And perhaps Rukia will be, I'm going to say this, pretending to find her yellow from the cushion, off the cushion, and then fouling intentionally, for as long as the umpire doesn't discover that it was intentional fouling. I will call it a technical foul, because if she finds her yellow off the cushion, given the rules they are playing, it is to her disadvantage. She will not want the cue ball to be played into the yellow, not even the black. She has wasted too much time and she has fouled, and I think even that has been intentional by her, because Faith cannot do much with her free shot. Now the position of the red on the table is such that she cannot play not to pot it, she must pot, and I think we'll want to play the cue ball perhaps horizontally across the whole length of the table, moving it leftwards where the black is, just like that, horizontally. This looks good, looks neat. At the end of the day, the cue ball moved perhaps around 10 centimeters further, and now she's in trouble because she has to play the cue ball into the black. Potting it is very difficult, and yet it could end up a shot that gifts the cue ball away to her opponent. She's seemingly going for the pot by banking it. The bank is off. The shot is a miss. It could be a snooker. No, it is not. For Rukia, another chance to pounce yet again. She decided to play her yellow off the cushion, playing it into space, not space enough. And that shot will go down as a tactical blunder. Faith will be taking her time, play with ease, hope to pot. Better said, if she doesn't pot, she can leave the ball set. It will be very difficult for Rukia to win the frame if it doesn't happen. She's not playing well, Faith. She simply needed to have the black occupy that pocket, even though she hadn't potted it. But now Rukia has a very good chance, not very good, but a decent chance of winning the frame if she can play that yellow by banking it off the cushion where it's packed, close to where it is packed, then playing it across the table to that corner pocket where there is black. It could as well go in off the black. Time is running out. It's a foul in my opinion, as though the time had expired, but the umpire has let her play on. Maybe there is something wrong with the network, which has made the count of the stopwatch before it could be legally in. It won't matter for Rukia. She does win the frame and extends her lead to now 5 frames to 1. Now, before this ongoing frame does end, the 1 minute left before we start the last 15 minutes countdown will be on, and then we shall be having now half the time allocated for each shot. That is 20 seconds in which to take each shot. A very good way to condition ladies to playing offensive pool. And if tournaments like these do go on in Uganda, these ladies could make themselves unplayable, most especially against others from other countries. Here comes the 2022 African champion, who didn't even get a chance to try and defend her title in 2023 because the Uganda national pool team was not able to secure South African visas on time. She was able to do some kind of recovery in a follow-up tournament, the Holy Cup, in which she came third, losing out in the semi-finals to the eventual winner, the South African Fauzi. Also, Rukia winning the team event with the Uganda national pool team, as well as winning the doubles when paired with her sister Rashida. Now taking on a friend and the international captain as well as club captain Amina. But Rukia seemingly having lost her cue ball now. Going perhaps for a cut of the yellow ball. She's aiming up to the center pocket, maybe, just maybe. Going for the bank instead and gets it right. Very good brains, very good execution from a top talented shooter. Rukia Naiga on the verge of winning the frame as long as she can roll the yellow ball left on the table to the corner pocket bottom right. She also doesn't have to. Well. Perhaps the position play of cue ball in relation to black is even better than the pot. Another of the top class finishes from this top class female shooter. Rukia Naiga now 6 and Amina facing under 1. With time running out on Amina, it is 13 minutes on the clock. She must win 6 frames in a row or else succumb to dropping in the losers category.
nga bagigyeko ne bateekawo fesiya tanjagala bulungi fanange olwoja tanjagala naye sirina buzibu nalwogi ngenza ogitemamu naye
Here comes Amina fighting for her life. One of those moments when you're fighting what looks like a confirmed losing battle. You don't, even out of the blue, even when you're her friend, one of her best friends in life, even when you're her international team captain and at club level, you don't win 6 frames against Rukia. She is a world-class player. Faith will be trying to give her a time as hard as possible. Even though Rukia were to win, not to win with a lot of ease. This looks like a foul, which if confirmed by umpire Farida, will seemingly be perhaps, just perhaps, Faith's last action in the match. For Rukia, an opportunity to take her first life to the final. For Faith, what looks like a match which will lead her into the losers bracket. The next match coming up is going to be between Zaimat and Rashida, perhaps even better competitive than this one, also better entertaining and faster. Then the 2 losers of those respective matches will have to sort out each other. Remember, the loser side of the competition also has Jacinta Kajubi in participation. Faith got a chance to try and take this frame away from Rukia when she missed. Ultimate pool rules will not favor you even when you have sometimes the cue ball in hand. This is now the situation. And you can just look at the clock with just over 8 minutes left. Clear that Faith will not be doing much. Rukia can decide to win outright by winning the ongoing frame. She can just decide to play it out on time. Even though it is ultimate rules, even though they now have 20 seconds in which to execute shots, there is no way Faith will be winning 6 frames in a row. And hopefully from a neutral perspective, she does get to win this one. Perhaps it could instill some of the confidence in her ahead of another match in this competition where she'll be taking on. I'm not so certain it could be Jacinta, who is in the losers bracket, or the loser of the next winners semi-final that is coming up between Rashida and Zaimat. For now, it is Amina 2 and Rukia 6.
tekitukola naye ngenda sooka mpirika abantu era nsobola tumulemera kika 10 nsoka nkereza network